Creamy and light, my strawberry mousse is a 5-star dessert that's incredibly easy to make. This beautiful dessert comes together in minutes, and the best part is your blender does most of the work. Hi friends, welcome back to The Casual Foodist. I'm Brianna, and today we are making strawberry mousse. This is one of my most favorite desserts for spring and summer. It is light and elegant, only takes a few ingredients. It's a no-cook dessert, and you do not need any advanced pastry skills. It is a stunner of a dessert and is a knockout every single time. Let's get started. So like I mentioned, this strawberry mousse only needs a few ingredients. We've got 5 ingredients here, 6 if we're counting water. Of course, for strawberry mousse, we are going to need strawberries, and I've got a pound of fresh strawberries here, which I've already rinsed. And we're going to need 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and 2 teaspoons of unflavored gelatin. You can find this in any grocery store, and it's usually going to be by the flavored jellos that we all know and love. 3 tablespoons of water. And then for a little brightness, we're just going to have the juice from 1 lemon, or about a tablespoon of lemon juice. All right, to start off our strawberry mousse, we are just going to take our unflavored gelatin and add that to our 3 tablespoons of water. And then just mix that up with a fork just to make sure we don't have any large clumps of gelatin. And this gelatin is going to be what is going to stabilize our mousse and keep it light and fluffy. All right, and now we are just going to microwave this for 30 seconds. I know we said this was no cook, but we are not turning on the stove or oven, so I am still counting this as a no cook recipe. We're just going to take our strawberries and cut the stems off of each one, and then you can add these directly into our blender. So when you're making a traditional mousse, typically you have to whip up some fresh cream to make a fresh whipped cream and add the gelatin to that, and then fold in whatever flavor you're using. That can be any fruit, chocolate. This particular method I learned after tasting some passion fruit mousse in the Azores, which I absolutely fell in love with. And there was this little B&B that we stayed at there, and they taught me how to make this. And I was just really impressed with how easy it is to make and just how good it turned out. All right, now that we've got all of our strawberries in here, we are just going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. We're just going to pour that right in there. Next, we're going to add in our warmed gelatin mixture. And again, this is going to help our mousse set up nice and light and keep in all those air bubbles that the blender is going to do for us. All right. 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This is one of my favorite shortcut ingredients for any dessert recipe. All right, and for a little bit of acid, we are just going to squeeze in the juice of 1 lemon. This is going to be about 1 tablespoon. All right, now for the best part, the blender is going to do all the hard work for us. Again, traditionally a mousse, you are going to whip up some heavy cream and sugar and then stabilize that with the gelatin. The blender is going to be doing all of the whipping for us. So you are going to want to make sure your blender can comfortably hold at least 5 cups of liquid. And then we're just going to put on our lid here. We are going to bring this up to medium speed and just let this blend for 5 minutes. Again, this guy's doing all of the work for us. So instead of using a whisk or a hand mixer to whip up the cream and the condensed milk, our blender is doing all of that work for us. As you can see, we are getting lots of beautiful air bubbles in there, and the gelatin in the mousse is what's going to help keep the volume. All right, now that our mousse is all prepared, we are just going to divide it into 6 different dessert cups. I am a huge fan of these little glass jars by Weck, and I will have a link below if you want to get some as well. They're multi-purpose, beautiful, sleek, minimal design, and really you can use them for almost anything. All right, and we are just going to pour the mousse directly into each little dessert cup here. And then we're going to need to refrigerate this for about 2 to 3 hours to let everything set. And then after that, your dessert's all done. Our strawberry mousse is done chilling, so of course we have to give it a taste. There is so much fresh strawberry flavor in here, guys. This is honestly one of my favorite desserts, and I hope you give it a try. You can find a link to the recipe below or more recipes at casualfoodist.com. And be sure to like this page and subscribe to The Casual Foodist for more recipes like this.